afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Twisted Koi. How are we doing out there, cupcakes? On this glorious Sunday afternoon, even though I'm in the filter house. And you up North Koi Pond. I see you. Yes, I've just had a good chat with my man Simon from up North Koi Pond. So, do me a favour, if you're not already subscribed to my man Simon Rondo from up North Koi Pond, then do me a favour, get across to these latest videos, give them a like, give them a subscribe, drop them a comment, tell them to what I'm telling you. It'll tickle them pink. I know it will. Also, it's absolutely great with plumbing. Now, I've never actually fitted a top-up system before, but after this after speaking with Simon, he made it sound really easy. Now, it arrived in bits, and I'm like, okay then. So this is what's called a Torbeck Dewberry Firkin, and this is going to solve all my water problems with this, because I come down from the loft at the live after the live yesterday, and my boy's going, sounds like your pump's making funny noises, and I come down and yeah, but I'm sucking air into the pump because the top up needed hadn't been done because I was upstairs on the loft. So to negate that, I'm putting in an automatic top up. And on the advice of Simon Day, a message earlier in the week, he advised me to get one of these Dewberries. Now there's two of these little things. One's got an LP and one's got a HP. One's inside there and one's not. Simon said, me personally, I take them out and bin the both of them. But it came with the white one in there, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave it in there for the minute. Now, to be able to connect up to my 15mm push fit, I also have to buy this, which will then go on there, which will then snap straight in my push fit pipe, which I'm going to have to move slightly because of where I have to position this. I'm going to have to take the clip off the wall and it's going to have to come down at a bit of a diagonal to go up into the bottom, but hey, I'm the only one that's got to look at it. As long as it works, I'm happy. So, yeah, I've drilled a hole, squeaky bum cheeks and all that. So drilled a hole. So I'm going to start putting this bad boy together. Then at the same time, I'm going to be rearranging my. Oh, oh God! I had actually decided that I was this year going to try the same method that our Dave from Orchard Koi did when he took on his fry last year for the ground show with the difference, and that was to put them into a body of water, but in that body of water was a separate container, and he had the filter running into that container, then going back through into the tank. Now I built one of them, spent the whole fucking evening doing it. Put it in the long block tank, make sure it'd sit where I wanted it. Yep, absolutely pucker. Chuffed to bits. I goes to the farm on Friday, and we have to move some of the ground shows with the different fish around because hopefully spawning will start again this evening for the second round down at the Forest Koi Farm. And when we were moving them, I could see why Rick is getting a bit squeaky bum cheeks because they are growing wicked. But at the same time, with the amounts that he's got in the three ponds, controlling the ammonia as well as giving them as much feed as they need to stop them cannibalizing everyone. Things are running on a knife edge there. But like I say, after going through, moving around and seeing some of them, seeing some of the sizes, even though we're having 100, I don't think my little tray container is going to be big enough. Yeah, so that's spanner in the works. But there is a but, yeah. I have two of these, which are I think they're 2 foot by 2 foot squares, North Fly nets, fly nets. Now I've got two of these and they are weighted with marbles in the corner, but I've got two of these, so yeah, it will all depend on what they look like when they arrive here in the week. Now, what I'm going to do is on the second one of these that I've got, I'm going to chop the bottom out. And I know all of you are sitting there thinking, why the fuck do you want to do that? Now, the reason behind it is I have some of this sort of netting, but ever so slightly smaller. Not a lot, but ever so slightly. Now, after looking at the net that Rick brought back from Japan and seeing it in use, with the fact that it has a finer mesh on the outside that has a larger mesh on the bottom, meaning that even if the sides decide to algae up and clog up, there is still sizable enough holes in the bottom of the net for any debris and shit to fall through, which would be absolutely perfect. Because then, instead of using the tray, I can drop one of these in with either complete fine mesh, or drop the other one in that I'm going to attack later and put the fine mesh sides with the bigger bottom in. We'll see how we go. But that's another job I've got to do today. I will get the container out and show you. Also, I have got to attack this have to attack this here sump, because I don't think having the non-return valve there is helping and it's backflowing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the non-return valve to there on the horizontal, which then should stop the water that's left in the pipe from coming back into the tank or into the sump. I mean, it does work. It works. It gets rid of it absolutely beautifully, as you will see. It's got a good old suck on it. Yeah, there it goes. But when I switch the pump off, I get a backflush, and that is not just the water that is underneath the non-return valve. As you can see, it's a lot of it is still coming back in. So I think one, the non-return valve needs a clean, and two, I genuinely think it needs putting on this line here. And at the same time, I might also put the auto on the pump itself. With that, I mean, once the water comes up to a certain point, it will automatically turn itself on. Because at the moment, I just flick a switch whenever I need it. So yeah, that's where we're at. But yeah, this is my little tray. And you've got two sponges on the end, and you can see in the sponges, you can see the crap that's come out from flushing this through after it being empty. And you can see that the flow of the water is actually going through those sponges. So that was the plan. With the return from the bog filter going into here, means I'm constantly topping that up with fresh water. So it looks like come Wednesday when we get the fry, that I'll be putting in the fry net, because I genuinely think they will be too big to put in there. But it does give me somewhere, something I can use in the future later on down the line, because it has been made. I'm not going to get rid of it. It'll just go up in the loft. But yeah, as you can see, I diverted the flow and put that in to hold it in place. And then on that return, Half of it's going in the little tub, half of it is going back into the tank. So yeah, so it's a day of bits and pieces. They're a bit happier now. Turn the air on. This is only running on the skimmer at the moment. I haven't got the wood to finish that bit, but I am going to try and get that bit blocked in and this piece blocked in with what I've got, and the LED strip light that used to be in there I'm going to put up under the overhang there, so we got the option then of whether we want a nice bright light or we want nice subtle light. So, and still not managed to get rid of the green water, but I do need to clean the window. Have got one of my bonsais repotted, looking absolutely fucking awesome. And that was one of two bonsais that I got from Luke's Bonsais. And if you don't know who that is, go and check out my latest community post. Go give him a bit of support, a bit of encouragement. I'm sure he'll love it. But I'm going to put you down and get on with this automatic top up. No. Wish me luck. Got off the phone with our Simondo, and I'm not sure if it's hitting up against there. I might have to bend this a little bit, but it's working. So, like Simon said, I've just got to keep an eye on it now and fettle and adjust it accordingly. But it wasn't as difficult as I thought. But like Simon said, it is going to take. Simon said, sorry, it is going to take a little bit of adjusting over the next week. But once it's sorted, jobs are good, and then I can chop a bit off my lid and have that bit open because of the height I've had to have it. But job one, tick. Thank you very much. Alright, while I'm at it, I've also got to get the waist done on there, so I might do that one next. And then we've got to get this out of here, get rid of that. Oh, there goes my lid. Deluxe. I'll cut a bit of perspex. There's my tray. That will be saved now. I must cut the cable ties on that light as well. But yeah, it was literally 2 3 inch holes with a 4 inch round sponge, and as you can see, the water was going through the sponge because the sponge is collecting shit, which was what was the plan. Probably use it as a floating basket for the smaller fish. That's that done out of the way. Right, I'm going to get this one sat in place and we'll go from there. Whew, it's warming up, isn't it? Well, I've got the top up done. I've got the fry done. I've got the net all pulled out nice and tight. I've managed to get a bit of insulation on the skimmer piping and the inlet for the main pond. I've got enough to maybe put a skin round the drum itself, aid maintaining that continuous temperature. Any pipe that is exposed to air, if you can lag it, then you've got more chance of the heat that's in the pond being retained and not being expelled. But let me spin you round. Oh, I've had a little chat with my man Perky, aka Koi Services, and my man says he will come on the Saturday Night Live next weekend. So yeah, I am really excited for that one. Get your questions ready, guys and girls. But let me spin you around in true twisted Koi fashion. Just for you, Stubbsy, Stubbs Aquatics. You spin me right round, Stubbsy, right round, like a record player. Round, round, round. Yeah, loves it. So, yeah, I've got some bits of pipe in to pull it all tight, even though there is marbles on the bottom. So, yeah, the lid can go back on, but on it, I've got to find a new, or make a new front piece. Got to cut a new piece of perspex because I shattered that one. That was clever, wasn't it, Vincenzo? So yeah, I've got a gap, but sits perfect with the lid. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bang some air stones in the corners. So yeah, that's coming along wicked. These are coming along great. I mean, look at these triffids go, man. I've got more flowers coming on the Venus flytrap. I've got flowers coming on the sundew from our Asterix, board and koi. So yeah, I've got that done. I've got that done. I've got to do that little bit there and then tackle that. And then I've also got to tackle that down there. So we're plodding along. We're plodding along. And of course, once I've finished, the old paint's going to have to come out and I'm going to have to touch areas up and give new bits a coat of paint. So we're looking nice and sparkling in here, ready for the fry. I am going to have to go over to this tank now and scrape my Shiro, oh that Shiro there in the window, in fact, because he's acting very oddly and I'm not very happy. And so is the Ginring Monroe Deutsche Chiba thing. So yeah, scrape time for them in a memento. But first I'll get this shithole in here cleaned up and tidied up and get all the tools out. So give me a little bit more room to move, so to speak, because there ain't a great deal, as you know. But yeah, it works. Like I said, I've just got to fine tune it now. I've got the waste done on that one. So that flexible hose that I was using, I've just boshed it straight in there with some silicone. Give that an hour or so to skin over, and then I'll put the handle back on. Job done. That means every system now, or should I say every filter that is in this garden will dump into that sump. And then that pump pumps it from the sump up a pipe underneath there, all the way up and straight into the old drain down there. Absolutely cushy. But yeah, this green water is really doing my head in. But now I've got the auto top up on there, it does ease my mind a little. These are all up on the surface waiting for some food. I'm going to have to start photographing some of these and getting them advertised. Some really nice fish in there. Right, first things first, scrape time. Tidy up and I'll come back to you. Well, my little fruit bats, that is now 9:10 and I got most of the jobs I wanted done today. I didn't get the brine shrimp hatchery redone, but I will do that tomorrow when I get home from the farm. I did get some pipe lagged up and I've got the net in the tank ready for the fly coming Wednesday. I've been doing some bits and pieces out here. I've sorted out the lighting, all bar the tidying up and the slap a coat of paint. I want to get a slap of paint on the all the bits that are fresh, and it will look a little bit better then. But having the option of two different styles of lighting, once the rest of that left hand side is panelled in, it's gonna look awesome, absolutely awesome. Still battling the green water, but it's gonna look awesome. Let me spin you around, guys. So yeah, there we go. That's the what I would call the backlight, and then we've got the subtle one on that side. But what I've done with, because we are paneling that whole side in, flush with the front of the posts, as you can see that one's done. I've done the same on this little section here. And the reason for that, once it is all painted, and it all looks the same, and I get rid of that black line underneath there and turn it grey, it will look absolutely awesome. Once I get round to it, I will be putting a supersized Twisted Koi logo bang in the centre of that wall that's going to be made by Nathan out Midland Koi Art. So yeah, not a bad day's work, like I say. I'll probably end the video here and then put a couple of photos on at the end with everything painted up. There we go. It kicks in. For some reason, it does that. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for joining along. Don't forget, there could be a very early morning live doing this morning. Be waiting for a phone call from our lesser spotted Ricardo to say that they're kicking off, and then me and Dave will fly down to New Forest, and then we can see if we can get as much of it on camera, just like we did last time. Anyway, guys, that's me. As always, don't forget, like, share, subscribe, and all that schmizzle. I've been Twisted Koi. You lot out there, you know you're great, and we will see you in the morning. So this is the one I'm calling Blacklight. As you can see, it's a nice white light that's bouncing off of the back wall. And what you remember is that wall is going to be blocked in as well. So yeah, there we go. That's the one I'm calling Backlight, which is the LED strip. And then give me a second. This is the one that I'm calling Soft Light. As you can see, gives you a gentle. And like I keep saying, once that gap is panelled off, you'll see the effect a lot more. But yeah, there we go. Soft light and backlight options. So there, chapter bits.
That's all, cupcakes.
Yes, makes it all worth it.